sector will not emerge from recession until later this year at the earliest. Now, although the worst of the recession may be in the past, manufacturers are not counting on a meaningful economic recovery anytime soon. Now, despite the pound's steep fall against the dollar over the past year, orders are thin on the ground amid the worst global economic downturn since the Second World War. Well, Jeegar Kakkad is senior economist at the EEF, that's the manufacturers' organisation. He joins me now. Hello to you. Just explain to us how bad things are at the moment.
Well, for manufacturers, the worst of the recession really happened from October of last year, April this year. The second quarter of 2009 has been particularly bad, but most manufacturers are becoming cautiously optimistic about the second half of 2009. Right now, employment intentions, investment intentions are still on hold, though.
You say cautiously optimistic. Are you able to give us an idea of when you expect at least some kind of recovery?
We're forecasting a recovery for the last 3 months of this year. So beginning in October, most of manufacturing should turn around and start growing. But that contrasts really to the rest of the economy, where we're forecasting a fairly weak recovery into 2010.
One of the worrying aspects of your report is the increase in job losses that you're forecasting for the year. You're now talking about job losses of 188,000 for the year as a whole. That's a big jump from what you were saying 2 months ago, isn't it?
Well, that simply reflects employment and job losses in the manufacturing sector tend to follow on from weaker output in the past, kind of lags what happens in terms of production output. And so the increase in job losses that we're forecasting really reflects that the first 3 months of this year were much worse than anybody really had expected. And that's simply because the global downturn was much sharper than we had forecast.
Jeegar Kakkad, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. That's it from me. I'll see you again in about an hour.
Looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Aaron.
Now, China is bracing itself for a difficult anniversary, exactly 20 years on from the crackdown on students demanding democratic reform in Beijing's Tiananmen Square. The protests ended in a mass